Welcome to the Michele Roy Show.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Michele Roy Show. Thank you so much for joining, and in this episode we were going to be talking about my 2024. So I took some time to review it and look at the ups and downs, what I was able to learn in this journey, and I would like to share it with you. So grab a cup of coffee or tea, whatever you like, and let's enjoy this show together. First of all, I would love to thank you from the bottom of my heart for the lovely message, the voice messages, the texts, and the notes that I received from you, listeners, and for how this podcast has been helping you. It means so much to me to be able to allow this opportunity for us to open up our stories and share our stories and to find out the different things that you're going through. So thank you once again for listening. Thank you for your comments and thank you for connecting with me. This is exactly what I really want for 2025, is to have that connection with you. So I took some time to reflect on my own 2024, so my ups and my downs, and I want to be able to share with you. I like to be candid on my journey, and in hopes that it can encourage you as well to see where you came from, how you are, and where you are right now, and how we're moving together. So 2024 for me was a challenging year, to be very honest. There was lots of up and downs. But I think one of the main things this last year was my new diagnosis of Lyme's disease. So if you know what Lyme's disease is a tick-borne disease that you get from a tick. And I don't know how I got it. I don't know where I got it, but I just know that the blood test confirmed that I had Lyme's disease. And even for that, it was in my blood was sent to Germany, and that's where they picked it up. So it was a big roller coaster for me in a way. Partly relieved for getting a diagnosis, because Lyme disease causes lots of fatigue, brain fog, joint pains, neurological conditions, lots of different things as well. And for those of you who suffer from Lyme's, I'm really, really sorry. It's not easy. You know that in the States alone, according to the CDC, over 476,000 people are diagnosed with Lyme's disease each year. And in Europe is about 230,000. There's certain areas like Germany and Poland and France that are more high for this type of disease. So part of me felt at the same time like another diagnosis on top of trigeminal neuralgia. My mind first went on overdrive. What came first? Was it the Lyme's, or that affected my nervous system, or what is it, the widespread pain that I always been feeling? I never understood it either, because while trigeminal neuralgia is very specific with the face and neurological pain, Lyme's was a kind of an interesting piece of the puzzle for me. So I felt relieved in a way. But at the same time, I had to learn to apply all the different tools that I've been learning through the years to deal with this. Not allow my brain to go on overdrive and feeling that, was it missed? Maybe. When did it happen? Don't know. And having to be okay with that and just say, okay, fine, Michele, let's try to find now the solution for it. We have a diagnosis, let's try to treat it, And treating Lyme's disease, especially becoming chronic Lyme's, it's not easy. Not at all. So even having to go through that, the 3 months of antibiotics and strong antibiotics for that, I was in a cocktail of antibiotics. If you've done a week or 2 weeks of antibiotics, you know how difficult it can be for your gut lining. And even just to settle that, being able to recuperate. And you know that most of your immune system comes from your gut as well. So having to try to support my body through that, the first 3 months were really, really difficult. And I actually, unfortunately, wasn't able to tolerate it. My body wasn't able to tolerate it to continue it. So I had to move to herbal antibiotics. And I'm still under it. So basically every 3 weeks, it changed a little bit the formula. And it's still a challenge. So it hasn't gone away completely. But I'm still fighting through it. But I just wanted to share this with you as well, because these are the things that people don't know. They can't see, that you're still doing treatment for something, or that you're going through things. But it's, again, I think our way of handling it and the way our minds are able to assimilate what we give it to them. So I try to bring positivity to my journey. So 2024 was difficult, especially with this new diagnosis, especially through the treatments, and I'm still going. So it's been over 9 months that I'm on the treatment for Lyme's. But the good part about it is that I have another puzzle piece in place for my own health and my health journey. And I think that's extremely important. And that's one of the things that I am very grateful for looking in 2024. Also, emotionally, it was a very challenging year for me. Different family dynamics, having to help my son go through his leaving cert, which would be equivalent to high school in the States, the exams and the stress of all of that, while navigating my own health issues and the chronic fatigue and all these other things. And also 2024, I lost a very dear friend to cancer, and that took its toll as well, just, but at the same time, it made me remember how life is so short and how we really don't know when is our time. And reflecting on the fact that I went to a funeral of his when it would have been exactly a year since he had come into our house for a summer barbecue the year prior, and here I was visiting him for a funeral. It just again made me stop and think about life is so precious. The things that we do each and every day and the contacts we have with people, our friends and our loved ones, we can't take it for granted because we don't know when it's our last time for seeing them. So 2024 was also your reflection for me on that, But there was also lots of goodness. I am so grateful for my small group. We do studies of the Bible and actually went through the whole Bible this year. So I was really grateful for being able to do that, for the support I received from my community and my Bible group. I also was very grateful for joining a international book club called the Worthy Book Club, which has been instrumental to help me in my journey. The ladies in this book group have been so kind and caring and accommodating and just supporting each other. And that's something that we need as well. As we navigate life, we're not on an island. We need each other. So 2024 was another year that I was able to make new connections. And I am very, very grateful for that. My son started university. He's in the Netherlands right now and started his university journey. And I'm very grateful that he's doing well. He's 19 years old now, and I couldn't ask for more. I'm so grateful that all these things that you need to, get the accommodation sorted, everything to start his new journey in another country. So all of these things were the juggle behind your health, So for me, it was my health, my struggles, my trigeminal neuralgia, and all the other pains that I'm constantly dealing with on top of it. Yeah, I kept going. I moved through it, I was able to do different things that I really wanted to do. I was so grateful to celebrate the 20-year anniversary, of myself and my husband being married for 20 years. We went to the Maldives, and that has been a lifelong dream of ours, and we actually managed to do it. Beforehand, we were saying, are you able to travel? Look, I had to adapt. I had to get my wheelchairs, and get the support to go through the airports as I need to, but I was able to do it. I went to the Maldives. I celebrated 20 years of marriage. I celebrated for the gratitude, full of gratefulness and gratitude of what God can do if we're open and allow Him to use us, So I'm very grateful for that. So looking back at my 2024, there's ups and there's downs, but there's so much heart content of the things that I was able to experience as well. I also can't forget to mention that I started this podcast in 2024. My son Ryan has been a tremendous instrument in this. He's been really helpful with everything. He does my editing. He's the one that does the beginning, the intro, and the outro is his voice as well. And he's always my support and saying for me to record another podcast. What are we talking about today, Mom? And he's only 15. So I'm very grateful for that my boys have been a real support for me in my journey. And reflecting about the last year brings me to mind all these beautiful things that happened. Yes, there was tears. Yes, it was difficult. Yes, it was hard for people to see or understand my pain, which I don't expect people to understand. That's okay. But I gave myself grace. I gave myself a little bit more love. I was able to take myself where I'm at, I wish 2024 I would have printed my book and published my memoir. Guess what? My body didn't think it was the right time, and that's okay. I had to listen to my body more this last year, and this is the journey. We need to listen to each other and to ourselves and to our body. Most of all, our body, our intuition. So, my friend, how about you? How was your 2024? What did you learn this year? What were the lows for you? What were the lessons you learned? What are the things you want to bring to the next year? For me, I found that I have so much resilience that even though it was a very challenging year, I was able to still go. I was able to still smile through it, smile through the pain. I'm getting a bit emotional right now, but I know that God has given me the strength to keep going, to keep looking ahead and having the grace and faith to know that all will work out, because it always does somehow. And if I can continue encouraging you to share your love, your light, and your joy with other people and find your joy, it will be easier for you to face whatever pain, whatever challenge, whatever different things that you are going through. So thank you very much once again for taking your time to listen to this. I love to hear from you. Please do leave your comment, like, share. Let me know what you like about this episode and what you would like to hear more about as well. And most of all, thank you for being here. May God bless and give you an amazing week. And I'll be here again next Wednesday. All the best. Bye-bye.
This was the Michele Roy Show.